There's a token launch right now that is absolutely about to explode, and that token is called Pepe Juice, or PEJU for short. We can see with this, as we've covered in other videos, that this is going to be an absolutely massive launch, and the reason for this is based on Pepe actually doing fantastically over the past year, and we're seeing coins like Pepe Unchained actually follow suit, raising millions and millions of dollars, and then having fantastic launches afterwards. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about Pepe Juice and just how profitable it could be. So this is Pepe Juice, and you can see here they've already raised $600,000. Now, if you do a pre-sale and you only raise about 20k or 30k, yes, you could have some success, but typically you would say if it's under that 50k range, it's probably going to fail. Something like this, though, has absolutely blasted beyond those levels, and they are launching their coin incredibly soon. Actually, they're launching their coin on the 14th of January. And we can see here that yes, 600,000 is no joke. And you should definitely get involved earlier rather than later. And the reason for that is because of these price increases, right? So if you get in earlier, then you're going to be getting a cheaper price for the token than the people that get in later. And the best thing about that is the people that get in later are pushing that price up for you. So if you are interested in Pepe Juice, then definitely check it out in the description. Just be aware there are some scam tokens out there that are trying to copy this site and its design. So definitely use our link in the description so you can remain safe and obviously purchase the correct tokens. So we can see here Pepe Juice is obviously a variation of Pepe, so you can expect it to do well. That's why they've raised so much, right? And they are basically boasting various different things with this project. We can see here that we do have a pre-sale of 35% and 15% for the staking. So let's go into that. What is the current staking APY? The current staking APY is 760%, which is massive. That essentially allows you to earn 7x of your tokens if you hold it in a year. That is something that is huge, and if the price goes up as well, which we are expecting it to, then you're just going to get more and more value for your pre-sale entry. And if you do get involved with this pre-sale using the link in the description, you can actually, if you purchase a minimum amount, you can actually get involved with their private cartel group. What this essentially means is it's an alpha group for the pre-sale that allows you to get updates on new pre-sales that are coming. So there was a time when we started covering this video, right? So there was a time when we started covering this project where it was at the 50k mark, and if you'd have got in around then, you would have essentially made ridiculous gains up until this point. So essentially what these guys are saying, if you do get involved in the pre-sales from the minimum investment that you've paid with this through their group, then you can actually get involved with new launches and then earn money from those launches by being the early birds in those launches. So that's one side of it, and yes, obviously with the APY and this as the utility, it's something that's fantastic. But when we're talking about partnerships, we can see backed by section, they are aiming to partner with Alchemy, Binance, and another one there. I'm not too sure. I can't read that logo through the blur, but you can also see juiced on Pepe Unchained here as well. So if these guys have any ties with Pepe Unchained, obviously going to be something that does credibly. Pepe Unchained raised 70 million, and then the coin went up after launch. So you can expect if these guys have ties with those guys, then yes, this will be promoted to that audience as well as the Pepe audience. But it's not just the partnerships, guys, because this is Pepe. All of the Pepe coins have been pumping. It is a massive trend right now, and getting involved with something like this does make sense to me, and that is exactly why I have some. If we are going to look at the audit here, we want to be safe. We want to be checking that this is a safe project. We can see because it is a pre-sale, it is going to have one low risk issue. They give that to most pre-sales, guys, so don't worry about that. Besides that, everything is green across the board. Can the owner mint more tokens? No. Can the owner blacklist anyone? No. Is it a honeypot? Can the owner set fees? Is trading enabled? And yes, we can see here that the contract in itself is very, very good, and it is green across the board. So again, another fantastic criteria tick box. If we go over to their Twitter, we can see that these guys are posting fantastic original memes to do with their project and keeping up with their narrative. This is something that is good, and it's something that you want to see a lot of these projects doing. We're seeing pretty decent engagement here as well. Okay, 1,700 views, 40 likes, 13 retweets, and 2 comments as well. With this being a new project, this will only take off more, so definitely get involved, follow their socials, but also use a link in the description to get to this project. If we do finish off their tokenomics here, they got 15% for marketing. This is going to help pay exchanges, it's going to help the PR side of things. You need PR to make a token successful, and obviously it's going to help with paying KOLs and influencers. If we look at the DEX here, so how much they have set aside for liquidity, we have 35% of the token. Now this is a pretty high level, but I think it's important to have this much available available for liquidity just when it comes to talking with dexes. Maybe you need to provide liquidity for them. Maybe you just want to keep that token stable with that liquidity on the token generation event. So fantastic stuff from PEJU here. They're doing a fantastic job. And they also have stake flow here, which is a really decent little bit of utility. So if you buy 100,000 tokens of this coin, then you're actually going to get access to that cartel group. That's fantastic. But this token is actually going to launch at a 0.004 cent value. And if you get in here, if you get in right now, you're buying this for a 0.003 cent value. So you're actually going to make 25% just from buying this now and then having it on the market on the 14th. This is something that is massive. Obviously, it's basically a free win. And because of that liquidity that they do have here, I do think it stays stable. And I do think that they do pump the coin after the launch. Now, if we're talking about the stake flow, these guys have essentially implemented a feature here where if you stake the coin and you buy the coin and you don't sell the coin for the first 48 hours of launch, then you're actually going to get more rewards in terms of the tokens. That's something that's fantastic. And then obviously everyone that paper hands the coin in the first 48 hours will not be entitled to those rewards. So fantastic stuff from these guys, really just reducing that sell pressure on launch. And they have already raised a hell of a lot. So great stuff from PEJU here. Definitely check these guys out in the description. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out and goodbye from me.